Good morning, everybody. I was doing some Facebook stories. Stories? Yeah. Updating my Facebook story. So I was telling them about the Bible reading party that was about to get started. Had me a little Beyonce move going on, everything. Ah. Huh? Oh, that's so cool. Ah. Anybody know what the life lo-fi? Anybody here know what lo-fi is? Lo-fi is kind of like a chill, hip hop, jazzy type of relaxing music that that people play while they're studying or doing homework or something like that. Anyways, there's a YouTube channel called Chilled Cow. Chilled Cow, y'all can look that up. And it's family friendly music. It's just chill, hip hoppy type of jazz kind of chill music. And there's this girl that is an animated girl that plays in the background, and all she does is study. And it's kind of a meme or kind of a pop culture thing, whatever. Anyways, my daughter, as you guys know, my daughter, or maybe you don't know, my daughter is an amateur artist, and that's so funny. I guess you sent this to me at 5:44 in the morning. What are you doing up that early? This is not the chill girl that you will find in the video, but this is my daughter's version of the chill girl. That's so cool. And she just sent me a message, well, this morning. This is me as the lo-fi girl. Look, should I polish it up or do it on paper? Do a quick, do a quick share. Oh, isn't it cute? Y'all check out Chilled Cow whenever you get a chance. It's some pretty good music to listen to while you're doing housework or, studying or doing something. It's cool because it doesn't have lyrics to it. It's just nice music. And my daughter made that her own version of it. That's so cool. I'll send her a message. I just happen to look at that right now. But let me say hello to the beautiful people in here. Don't tell her I showed you because sometimes she gets sensitive about her art. She'll be like, I don't want the world to see it. It's for me. So don't tell her I showed you that, okay? Hold on, let me get it together. Let me get it together. I'm not throwing off like yesterday. I'm gonna get it together today. The time is 7:18 a.m. Central Standard Time. That's Texas time, y'all. It is Thursday. It is Thursday, and it is now May 21st, 2020. Let the Bible reading party start. I think I'm going to use this more and more and more. Take one. Yes. So today is Thursday. It's May 21st. Everybody, we come because we are thirsty. I don't know. Anyways. Oh yeah, Thursday 21st. That's cheesy. The point is, this is my Bible. This is what I'm going to read. It's the New Believer's Bible. I know I'm showing it real quick. Don't worry about it. The link is in the description. If I need to figure out something, I will either Google it or look at my compact Bible dictionary. Bam! Nelson's compact dictionary. Description to that in the link to that in the description. Oh, I don't even have my Kindle book pulled up. What's going on? Because I was working on some other stuff. I actually, you guys probably don't know or care, but it's okay. I'm going to tell you anyways. I normally have on my phone like 30 tabs open. And I normally have on my laptop like between about 10 tabs open. And yesterday I did real good. Yesterday I've been trying to get organized, digitally organized. I got some to-do lists, I got some websites to check out, I got some other stuff, and I'm trying to put it all in one place so my laptop won't be so slow. So I got rid of a lot of tabs that have been open. I got rid of a lot of tabs that have been open on my phone. I save them so I'll go back to them later. And then I do go back to them, but it just, after a while, it gets to be like, at one point I had 50. I had 50 open on my phone because I'll do something. Maybe I'll be at work, so I have to put my phone down, go back to work. Then by that time, something else is on my mind, so I look up something else or whatever. And it's an unfinished thought. It's an unfinished project. So I'll leave that tab open. And it's mostly business related stuff dealing with my channel, stuff I'm researching, stuff I'm trying to figure out. So I can't just close it out because once that thought is gone, I'll lose it. So I'm trying to write it down. I'm trying to write it down I got my planner out here, putting some websites in the back of my planner. So no matter what happens digitally, I will have it on paper, and I'm probably going to save it in one more place. I know you guys are like, what is she talking about? I'm just saying, my Kindle tab that I'm about to do a screen share, bam, that screen share that I just did. The reason why I wasn't ready and open is because I got rid of a lot of my tabs. I got rid of a lot of my tabs that are usually open, including my Kindle. So yes, now that you guys know TMI about me, um, let's talk about today. Today's Thursday, and according to this orange, yellow, cantaloupe colored box, we are on, let's see, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We're on 1 Samuel 25 through 27. So let me see if I can. See, sometimes it'll let me zoom in, and sometimes when I try to zoom in, it'll just turn to the next page. It won't let me zoom. I like zooming in because I know a lot of you guys watch on your phone, and you might not be able to see the small print if it's far away. So I like it when it lets me zoom in. This laptop is so finicky. Anyways, so here we go. 1 Samuel 28, 25 through 27 today, finishing up Samuel tomorrow. Look to the right, not your immediate right, but the right on the screen, and you will see the checkpoints, checkpoint for today. A king's armor. We already talked about that when Saul first met little boy David, little David, little old Davy, and Jesse's son, and he was gonna fight Goliath in the war, or rather in a battle, and Saul gave him his king's armor. So he got that. Check. Murdered priest. I wonder, can I highlight this? Can I highlight this? I don't think I can highlight this. Nope. Oh, it does let me highlight. That's cool. I didn't know that happened, but I wasn't trying to do that. No! Uh-oh, I didn't did it now. I didn't did it now. Yep, this is what usually happens. It will not let me. Okay. Let me get out of there. Go back, go back, go back, go back. Or just reset the page. Yes. I told you guys it's finicky. Sometimes it will let me do it, and sometimes it won't. But in either case, it talked about a murdered priest, and the murdered priest was the one that saw David when one of those times that he was running away from Saul, and he went to some town for refuge. He wanted to get something to eat, so he ended up getting some holy bread. He wanted something to protect himself, so he ended up getting this sword, not just any old sword, but the sword of Goliath, and somebody from Saul's posse, yeah, somebody from Saul's posse saw him while he was there. Didn't say anything at that moment, but later on when Saul asked about it, like, hey, David's getting away and nobody seems to be able to, put a finger on him. Then all of a sudden somebody speaks up and, oh yeah, I seen him at this one town, and the priest helped him out. So they ended up going to murdering the priest, but not just that priest, all of the priests and all of the priest families, and only one person survived out of this whole, Levite community. I think his name was Abineth or something like that. And so, yeah, he ran away with David and hid with him. And then a whole bunch of other people did too. A wise and tactful wife. A wise and tactful wife. I don't know if we hit that point or not. I would guess that would be Michael, David's wife. But that kind of happened when she helped him escape the first time. That happened way before the priest murder. So this must be talking about somebody else. And then another checkpoint is a meeting with a medium. If you don't know what a medium is like a psychic, somebody who holds seances, somebody who helps you, quote unquote, helps you get in contact with the dead and speak with their spirits. Um, well, we talked about what happens to the spirit when the spirit dies uh, in the New Testament. So I'll leave that debate for another day if y'all want to talk about it. But anyways, they go meet with a medium at some point, and then there's a time for judgment. So without further ado, let me say hello to the room, because I know I went quite a bit, right? I went quite a bit in without even saying hello. Without even saying hello. Is it me you're looking for? Now, depending on your generation and your exposure to pop culture and music, you might have started singing Adele when I said hello. Or you might have been thinking about Lionel Richie, which is who I was thinking of as generational differences. Yeah. Okay, so let's say hello. Hello to Nicole, who's the first person in the room today. Good morning, 40 fam. And she said it just like that, with her eyelashes fluttering on her face like little butterflies. Nicole also says, bless the like button. Yes, bless the like button. Please bless the like button. It helps me out so much. Laverne Dorsey says, good morning. And she was yawning probably. Well, I was anyways. Life of Key says, good morning, everyone. Eva Frazier says, good morning, everyone. Mostar Art? What? Good morning, Mostar Art. I believe, yes, I believe you are new here. And we don't take new people lightly here in the Fort Worth Vloggers blog. There's a certain thing we do to new people that come to the live stream. So I hope you're ready, partner, because you're new. And if you're new, you're gonna get something. It's the Gold Star participation. Welcome to the live stream where it's actually a Bible reading party. Oh yeah, it's a Bible reading party. We about to get it started. Oh yeah. Yeah, so welcome, Mostar, welcome. Welcome now and welcome again. Come back anytime. Eva Frazier says, I hit the like button. When she did that emoji like that. Eva Frazier says, enjoying the beautiful clouds. The right way's in the house. Good morning. Good morning again, rather. Good morning. What is your favorite part of the chat so far? Do you have any questions? Might play that for my son. I don't remember what I said. I have a very, very short-term memory, so I don't remember what I said, but yeah, you should check. You should definitely play that for your son and let me know how that works out. I don't know. I don't remember. Good morning. I'm at work trying to make that double money. The Wiz, you're always at work. The Wiz is the hardest working moderator on and offline. That's what I'm talking about. The Wiz also says, oh, I went too fast. Good morning. Okay, the Nicole says, wow, that's amazing. Mostar says, wow, she did very good. Yeah, she did. Oh, talk about my daughter's Earth Day. Yes, I thought it was quite nice. I'm oftentimes surprised by her maturity and sophistication in her art. Yes, have to get it while it lasts. And then there's the night bot saying, after the live chat, go check out what's new at my 40 Fam Facebook fan page. Have you guys actually done that? Have you? Be honest. Have you actually checked out the Facebook fan page? You have no excuse. The link is right there. Click the link. Inside joke, you'll never get it. Well, somebody might. Anyways, I want a picture of myself. Can baby 20 make one for me? You know what? Artists are very sensitive about their work. We'll have to come to some type of agreement, talk to her agent, figure out a commission fee. I have my people call your people. I'll be her first customer. That's me giving out the gold star participation to Mostar. That picture is definitely a vibe. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? I like the medium. It's a digital medium, but you can tell that it almost looks like paint or maybe marker, like the thickness of the color line stroke. I was saying I might play the music cow. Yes. Okay. Right. I'm glad you reminded me because I said it's not so much that I have a short attention span, and I refuse to claim that I have ADD. I don't. But what I do have is a brilliant mind overflowing with creativity and thoughts and reflections on life and expressions of different stuff and interacting. And there's always something going on in my brain. That is not ADD. That is creativity, my friend. That is energy. That is thoughts. That is so many things being processed. And so sometimes one thought will boop another thought out of my brain and boop something else out the way. And so it's constantly yeah, that's pretty much a theme song for my brain. Okay, so yes. Yeah, try out the Chill Cow. Try out the Chill Cow. It is matter of fact, before I get started, I will give y'all the link to that if anybody wants to listen. Like I said, it's family friendly music. It's just beats. That's really all it is just beats. Is burger beats. Beats. While I'm waiting for that page to load, let me do some recap. For the recap, because this is where we're at, or this is where we were. We were in 1 Samuel. I do remember reading about Kayla. David at the cave, Kayla, or maybe it's called Keela. Hold on. I got too much going on. I'm trying to do this recap. All right. This is so unorthodox. I'm going to show you the page and then I'll give you the link later. So this is what it looks like if you go on YouTube and you just type in chilled cow, one word. This is what you will get. Come on now, YouTube. Yeah, I know. That's what I want. All right, y'all see that? Can y'all see? Am I doing a screen share? Yes. So if y'all look at the screen, you type in chilled cow and you will come up with this right here. This is what it looks like. This is the channel. A lot of people listen to this to study to relax after a long day at work, to do homework by. And I think most of the music, like 99% of the music, has no lyrics. And so it's just something to keep your brain occupied, but not distracted. You know what I'm saying? Like occupied and relaxed, but not distracted. And that is that little thumbnail that you see right here, the picture on the front, the cover. That's the only thing that's in the background. It's a video and it's on a loop. It's a video on a loop, and the young girl is studying, and she's writing something in her notebook, and there's a cat. I think sometimes the cat like waves his tail or wags his tail, and that's it. It's just a loop. So if you look up at the screen, you won't be distracted because it's the same thing over and over again. And then the beats are like really chill. So anyways, that was that. Matter of fact, that would even be good Bible reading music. You know, if you're just if one of the reasons that you don't read the Bible is because it's kind of like every time you read, you start to feel sleepy, your eyes get heavy, all these big words, you don't understand it. Try doing something like playing classical music in the background, or maybe something like chilled cow, like really low. Because you know your brain is in two halves. You got the left side, the right side, the creative side, the logical side, all these different functions that go on. So you can keep part of your brain busy with the music while the focusing part of your brain is, actually working. So that might help you out. And it might be soothing to babies. You just got to make sure you kind of have it like low in the background. And yeah, that's chilled cow. Ooh, excuse me. That coffee makes me burp. I'm going to do a quick copy paste here. I would show you. I'm scared to show you because I don't want to get a copyright. It's not playing. It's on mute. But look, real quick. I'm going to count it off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I'm gonna cut it off. Bam, just like that. Because YouTube is real funny about sharing other people's stuff, using other people's stuff, and I don't know if that is copyright protected or if it's in the Creative Commons, but I just wanted to show you what it looks like. And I did copy paste. I did copy it. So if y'all want to go check it out, don't leave me right now. don't leave me right now, but just know that I just now put the oops, I probably should have put chilled cow channel link. Yeah, don't leave me right now, y'all. But the link that I just dropped in the chat, if y'all want to go there and listen afterwards, you can copy paste it, right click, copy it for later, and then or just click right on it. So yeah. Anyways, enough of that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure their stuff is copyrighted because the musicians, they have to get paid. Okay, this is the recap. This is what happened yesterday. We were reading chapter 22, 23, 24. I'm glad that everybody came back for more. I'm reading the Bible, not trying to start libel. Every time I read it, everybody says, yay. Okay, so chapter 22 was David at the cave of Adullam. That's the place where he ran away, the place of refuge where he was, trying to get away from Saul. That is also where, what's his name? Abiath. Oh no, that was before. So the cave was before. I said that wrong. The cave was before. The slaughter of the priest was next. David protects the town of Keilah. After that, David hides in the wilderness. After that, this is all chapter 22, 23, and 24. David spares Saul's life. Because remember, at this point, Saul, he's spending every waking hour, every little bit of brain power hyper focus on getting David. Gotta get David, gotta get David, gotta get David, gotta get David. And at one point he goes into a cave, not realizing that David and his crew are in there, probably like a huge, huge cave. And Saul comes in. It says he relieves himself, which kind of sounds like he was going to the bathroom. Like, I don't know, number one or number two. Or maybe he was resting. But in either case, while he was taking care of business, David went up to him, somehow unseen, unheard, and shoot, cut a piece of his robe off. If you close enough to cut off a piece of somebody's clothing, that's too close for comfort. What they call it, that's striking distance, right? So they waited because David's people were like, dude, kill him, kill him. He's been pursuing you all this time. This is your chance. Get him. And David didn't want to go that route. Let me know in the chat why you think David didn't want to go that route. Because, I mean, think about it. This is years and years and years and years of somebody coming at you and they're trying to kill you and they're just accusing you of all this crazy stuff. That's not happening because they are losing their facilities. Saul was suffering through bouts of madness because once the Spirit of the Lord left him, he began to suffer depression and some other things. So here's this person, they're coming at you. You finally have this opportunity. You are within striking distance. Why would you not take it? Let me know in the comment section. Let me know in the comment section why you think he didn't kill him. Because he could have been done. After all, David was anointed to be king. What is anointed? I'm glad you asked. Well, Samuel, remember little baby Sammy? I keep calling him baby Sammy. Remember baby Sammy was dedicated to the temple, and once he grew up, he became a priest. So he took some holy sanitizer. No, he didn't take sanitizer. He did take some holy oil though. It was like olive oil. Bloop 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 bloop. He put it on David's head, very similar to what he did to Saul previously. He took some of that holy oil, bloop 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 bloop, and he said, "Boy, you gonna be the next king." And he said it just like that. But of course, it's kind of awkward because how are you gonna tell somebody they're about to be the next king when the actual king is right there, like right there? Like he ain't trying to hear that. And this wasn't the situation where like I'm the king, my children will be the king after me, and their children will be the king. No, this is somebody in a totally different family. Kind of like, yeah. By the way, we planning on replacing you because we don't like how you've been acting. Say what? Anyways, so yeah, Samuel anointed David, let him know you will be the king. After all his victories, David was getting more and more popular. Saul was getting more and more depressed, more and more angry, and he kept coming at him and trying to kill him. And so you could almost say he would have been justified. David would have had a right to, like, what do you call it, self preservation, fight back, protect yourself. but he didn't. But what he did do, this is in chapter 24 still. What he did do, he waited till Saul went out of that cave, and just when he was far enough away, he said, "Yo, yo, 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 Saul, 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 Saul." And Saul turned around like, "What? Who the heck is? Was somebody in that cave that whole time?" That's probably what Saul was saying. Saul was probably like, "That's the cave I just went to go. I just went to go to use the bathroom in there. Did they see me?" Yo, 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 Saul, Saul, Saul. What? Who is that? That. It's me, David, David, David. David. And I can imagine his eyes getting bloodshot red and the blood boiling through his body. He's like, chill out, chill out, chill out. I got something for you. And he's like, what? He's like, I ain't got nothing to show you. Well, I do got something to show you. My headband. You see this? It's come from your robe. And Saul probably looking like, whatever, dude. And he looked down and he see a piece of his robe going. He's like, how the heck did he get that? He's like, I'll tell you how I got this. I cut it off for you while you was right there in front of me. I could have killed you, man. I could have killed you. But I didn't. Because I got love for you, man. You been coming at me all this time. Coming at me, trying to kill me. I ain't did nothing to you. I ain't did nothing to you, man. But look, I could have taken your life just like that. But I didn't. I'm going to be the next king. It's time to sit down. Well, they didn't say it like that, but it could have went down like that, right? So at that point, Saul is like, wow, this is truly a sign from the Lord that my time has come to go to the wayside and let this new person come in. And pretty much at that point, the only thing Saul said was, David, 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 what? When it's your time to be king, 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 king. Take care of my family, 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 family. And that's how that played out in chapter 24. So here we go with today. We're in chapter 25. Before I go on with the Holy Scripture, let me check in with y'all to make sure you're still awake. Sometimes y'all fall asleep on me. I mean, for real. I'll be asking a question, and I'm like, yes, and all I hear is creak, 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 creak. I wonder is there a cricket? Is there a cricket emoji? I'm gonna start using the cricket emoji on you guys. Well, there is one. This is what you guys do sometimes. Now, I'm just playing because I know some of you guys are either working. Sometimes people are driving. Some people just have me going just for support. So I do know that. I'm just playing. But yeah. This is what I'm going to send you guys the next time y'all fall asleep on me. I'm going to send that cricket out. Matter of fact, let me copy paste it. Anyway, let me say hello to everybody who's in the room at this point so we can get started with today, because all of that from this point on, that was just a recap. That's just what happened yesterday. Today, from this point on, we're going to be going to 25, 26, 27. What's your favorite part of the live chat so far? Says the Nightbot. After the live chat, go check out what's new at My 40 Fam. We'll see. I'm going to go over there and check too. Chilled Cow channel link. Interesting. Thank you 40 and 20 for sharing that site with me. I saw this scene in the TV show, The Bible. What? Okay. The TV show. Is it a TV show, or is it like a Netflix thing? Or is it an Amazon Prime thing, or what? That'd be interesting. Yep, and there's the crickets. So I've asked at least 2 or 3 questions already, and nobody answered. So creak, creak, creak. That's gonna be my new thing. Creak, creak, creak. Creak, creak, creak. All right. Chapter 25, 26, and 27 of 1 Samuel. I gotta do that to refocus myself. Hannah's not in here this morning. Hannah Gatledge. Because Hannah, what did Hannah say? She said, hocus pocus, focus, last time. All right, y'all. This is a very somber moment. We're talking about somebody actually passing away. So let me become more professional as I read the Bible. Amazon Prime. Okay. I'm going to have to check that out. I'll check that out, and then I'll come back and I'll let everybody know what else is going on in it. That's cool. Chapter 25. The death of Samuel. Aww. This is little Samuel. Little Samuel is not little anymore. He's grown. Now Samuel died, and all Israel gathered for his funeral. They buried him at his house in Ramah. And I'm gonna come up this close. I told you guys the other day that I changed my chair around. The position that my chair is in right now is when I'm working at my computer, and then I actually like to switch it around like this for a couple reasons. Somebody told me in my head kept getting bumped by these balloons and stuff going on, so I try to be over here. And then also I think I'm a little bit closer to the speaker where I can kind of, yeah, I think I'm a little bit closer to the speaker where you guys can see me. Can you see me? Can you see me clearly? I can see clearly now. This coffee's gross. Oh. They are overpriced, but Starbucks got it going on. That's all I gotta say. You can't make everything at home. Yuck, 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 yuck. I'm not falling asleep. I'm just listening. You're very comical. I like it. You don't say. Comical. Well, at least you didn't say you're funny. I've been hearing that my whole life. All right, chapter 25. The death of Samuel. Now Samuel died, and all Israel gathered for his funeral. It's funny that they, not funny, but it's interesting that they say all Israel, because remember, if you've been paying attention, like my star pupil, if you've been paying attention, that last week or 2 weeks ago, all of Judah, this is all of Israel, and then clink, live long and prosperous. No, but seriously, this was all of Israel, but at one point there was a little clink. There was a little schism. There was some separation. Remember, the tribe of Benjamin went to fight with the rest of the people because of what happened with that Levite priest and his concubine. And those perverts that tried to come at the door, and then somebody got chopped up. It was a mess. It was a mess. So the tribe of Israel, the nation, it's not even a tribe anymore. These people went from a tribe to a nation of people. And they had been pretty much unified all this time. But then that incident happened like a couple weeks ago. In our time, it was probably years ago for them. And then Israel went from this one nation to click. We got Israel, and then we have Judah. So Judah's at the south, Israel's at the north. They're the same people, but they kind of got divided. So anyways, I said all that to say, as I'm reading, I think it's interesting that it says, now Samuel died and all Israel gathered for his funeral. Just for clarification. Okay, in verse, we're still in verse 1, wow. Nabal angers David. Who the heck is Nabal? Nabal? Then David moved down to the wilderness of Maon. There was a wealthy man from Maon who owned property near the town of Carmel. He had 3,000 sheep and 1,000 goats, and it was sheep shearing time. This man's name was Nabal, and his wife, Abigail, was a sensible and beautiful woman. Ain't nothing wrong with that, being sensible and beautiful. Now that's a true lady right there. Sensible and beautiful. But Nabal, a descendant of Caleb, was crude and mean in all his dealings. Oh. Now that was that was like way when I first started. That was back in Genesis. That's matter of fact, I was in a whole different location reading in Genesis talking about Caleb and Esau. One was more refined and kind of laid back, kind of a mama's boy. And then the other one was kind of rough and tumble and just he was wilding out. He was off the chain. So even the Bible said that all of his kinfolk, all of his descendants were going to be kind of wild people too. And so that's what it says here. This is in verse 3. This man's name was Nabal, and his wife Abigail was a sensible and beautiful woman. But Nabal, a descendant of Caleb, was crude and mean in all his dealings. When David heard that Nabal was shearing his sheep, he sent 10 of his young men to Carmel with this message for Nabal. Peace and prosperity to you, your family, and everything you own. I am told that it is sheep shearing time. While your shepherds stayed among us near Carmel, we never harmed them, and nothing was ever stolen from them. Ask your own men, and they will tell you this is true. So, would you be kind to us, since we have come at a time of celebration? Please share any provisions you might have on hand with us and with your friend David. David's young men gave this message to Nabal in David's name, and they waited for a reply. Who's this fellow David? Probably not what he was expecting to hear. Who's this fellow David? Nabal sneered to the young men. Who does this son of Jesse think he is? There are lots of servants these days who run away from their masters. Should I take my bread and water and my meat that I've slaughtered from my shears and give it to a band of outlaws who come from who knows where? Some people. Rude, just rude. So David's young men returned and told him what Nabal had said. Get your swords, was David's reply as he strapped on his own. Strap it on! That's a Stephen King reference if anybody doesn't know. He say something like strap on and let's go or something like that. But yeah, I love Stephen King. I don't know if I've ever mentioned that before. He's my second favorite book to read after the Bible. I know it's not a book. He writes tons of books, but I was trying to be funny. Didn't probably come across that way. All right. Yeah, we're in verse 12 now. We're in 25 and 12. So David's young men returned and told him what Nabal had said, get your sword, was David's reply as he strapped on his own. Then 400 men started off with David and 200 remained behind to guard their equipment. Eshmad. Meanwhile, one of Nabal's servants went to Abigail and told her, David sent messengers from the wilderness to greet our master, but he screamed insults at them. These men have been very good to us, and we never suffered any harm from them. Nothing was stolen from us the whole time they were with us. In fact, day and night, they were like a wall of protection to us and the sheep. You need to know this and figure out what to do, for there's going to be trouble for our master and his whole family. He's so ill-tempered that no one can even talk to him. Have you ever known somebody like that? You just can't say nothing to them. Just nothing. They just mean-spirited. Somebody told me, don't talk about your job like that, but I have to. I'm not going to name names, but there's a couple people that I work with. It seems like no matter how nice I am, how bubbly I am, how cheery I am, they're just mean people. They're just mean. I don't know what's going on, but side note, I was in somebody else's live stream yesterday. Actually, I think I was on Facebook. Who was I talking to? I can't think of it now. Yeah, I want to say, it's actually one of my schoolmates. His name is Ronald Johnson. I follow him on Facebook. He's one of my schoolmates. Even when we were in high school, you could tell he was probably going to be a preacher when he grows up or something like that. And I was in his live stream. Well, I was actually on a replay, and he was talking about praying for our leaders and praying for people in authority and praying for other people. And we know that's a Bible lesson. Like, you're supposed to pray for your enemies. Ain't nobody got time for that thing. Like me, if they don't like me, I'm cutting them off. I don't want to have nothing to do with them. Because usually that is the best way to go, right? When people are toxic, you just don't deal with them. But what if you have to deal with them? What if you have to deal with them? Then you're supposed to pray. You're supposed to pray for them. Anyways, I said all that to say it's a mean, nasty, mean-spirited people that I work with. And I just have to keep in mind when I go back to work. Don't strap it on, Kenya. Don't strap it on. Pray for them. Pray for them. It's easy to say now while I'm like in a good mood. But when you're in that situation and you just have people that's just so mean for no reason, like just rude and like disrespectful at that moment, it's hard to be like, ha ha ha, I'm going to pray for you. I'm going to kill them with kindness. Hopefully that's what happened here. We are still in chapter 25, by the way. Chapter 25 and Abigail. Abigail looks like she's probably going to be a mediator. That's the wife of Nabal. Let's see what's going on here. In verse 16, she was saying, in fact, day and night, they were like a wall of protection to us and the sheep. You need to know this and figure out what to do, for there's going to be trouble for our master and this whole family. He's so ill-tempered that no one can even talk to him. And in verse 18, it says, Abigail wasted no time. She quickly gathered 200 loaves of bread, 2 wineskins full of wine, 5 sheep that had been slaughtered, nearly a bushel of roasted grain, 100 clusters of raisins, and 200 fig cakes. She packed them on donkeys and said to her servants, go on ahead, I will follow you shortly. But she didn't tell her husband Nabal what she was doing. In verse 20, it says, as she was riding her donkey into a mountain ravine, she saw David and his men coming toward her. David had just been saying, A lot of good it did to help this fellow. We protected his flocks in the wilderness, and nothing he owned was lost or stolen. But he has repaid me evil for good. May God strike me and kill me if even one man of his household is still alive tomorrow morning. Ooh, he was about that life. David didn't play around. David, y'all, it's funny because in the Bible stories, well, in like the kid stories, Sunday school stories, little kid stories, VeggieTale stories, they kind of show as David being this wimpy little beep 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 beep. I'm gonna throw a rock at you. Psh, wow, it really worked. No, David was hardcore from the beginning. Remember, he was a little shepherd boy. We hear shepherd boy, we probably think some wimpy little kid. He was out in the fields by himself. Nobody out there to help him. Lions and tigers and bears, oh my, came trying to eat these sheep. And it said a couple chapters ago, man, when these wild animals came, I grabbed my animals from their mouth and ripped them out. And he killed a lion and he killed Goliath and he had all these different victories. So from the get-go, from the jump, David was not to be played with. David was about that life. Yeah, he could play the harp, but he wasn't no sissy. No, people think they're boys when they are participating in art and music and they're talented and they dance and things like that. People think that little boys are sissies because they're artistic or creative. Oh no 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 no! David is showing you I can play the harp and I can play you too. Come on, sucker. Well, he didn't say that, but still, he was pretty tough. So at this point, David and his men is coming up the ravine, and here comes Abigail on her donkey, and what's about to go down? Let's find out. Let's see. Verse 23, Abigail intercedes for Nabal. Abigail intercedes. When Abigail saw David, she quickly got off her donkey and bowed low before him. She fell at his feet and said, I accept all the blame in this matter, my lord. Please listen to what I have to say. I know Nabal is a wicked and ill-tempered man. Please don't pay any attention to him. He's a fool, just as his name suggests. Oh, dang. But I never even saw the young men you sent. Now, my lord, as surely as the Lord lives and you yourself live, since the Lord has kept you from murdering and taking vengeance into your own hands, let all your enemies and those who try to harm you be as cursed as Nabal is. And here, as a present that I, your servant, have brought to you and your young men. Please forgive me if I have offended you in any way. The Lord will surely reward you with a lasting dynasty, for you are fighting the Lord's battles, and you have not done wrong throughout your entire life. Even when you're chased by those who seek to kill your life is safe in the care of the Lord your God, secure in his treasure pouch, but the lives of your enemies will disappear like stones shot from a sling. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one. You see what she did? You see what she did? That was a good one. When the Lord has done all he promised and has made you leader of Israel, don't let this be a blemish on your record. Then your conscience won't have to bear the staggering burden of a needless bloodshed and vengeance. And when the Lord has done these great things for you, please remember me, your servant. And she did it just like that. David replied to Abigail, Praise the Lord, the God of Israel, who has sent you to meet me today. Thank God for your good sense. Bless you for keeping me from murder and from carrying out vengeance with my own hands. For I swear by the Lord, the God of Israel, who has kept me from hurting you, that if you had not hurried out to meet me, not one of Nabal's men would still be alive tomorrow morning. Then David accepted her present and told her, Return home in peace. I have heard what you said. We will not kill your husband. Checkpoint! Checkpoint! That's the checkpoint of today. Let me look at that screen real quick. The checkpoint says, a wise, tactful wife. That's the third checkpoint of the week. Yeah. A king's armor, murdered priest, a wise, tactful wife. I haven't looked at the live chat yet, so somebody might have already said it. I'm gonna finish up 25 and then I'm gonna check in with you guys. I got a little bit more to go. So let's see. Verse 36, when Abigail arrived home, she found that Nabal was throwing a big party and was celebrating like a king. Okay. He was very drunk, so she didn't tell him anything about her meeting with David until the next day. Wise, wise, wise. In the morning, when Nabal was sober, his wife told him what had happened. As a result, he had a stroke, and he lay paralyzed on his bed like a stone. About 10 days later, the Lord struck him and he died. Well, doggone it. I wasn't expecting that. Ooh, what? He threw a big party, got drunk, found out what his wife did, had a stroke, and died. Wow. So vengeance was the Lord's. David didn't have to kill anybody in this case. All right, this is verse 39. David marries Abigail. Oh, that's nice, because at this point she would have been a widow, right? When David heard that Nabal was dead, he said, "Praise the Lord, who has avenged the insult I received from Nabal and has kept me from doing it myself." That's what I just said. Nabal has received punishment for his sin. Then David sent messengers to Abigail to ask her to become his wife. When the messengers arrived at Carmel, they told Abigail, "David has sent us to take you back to marry him." She bowed low to the ground and responded, "I, your servant, would be happy to marry David. I would even be willing to become a slave washing the feet of his servants." Now you know you're in a bad relationship when that's your choice. Stay married to this fool or go wash somebody's feet. Boy, that was like a breath of fresh air to her. This is verse 42. Quickly getting ready, she took along 5 of her servant girls as attendants, mounted her donkey, and went with David's messengers, and so she became his wife. David also married Ahinoam from Jezreel, making both of them his wives. Saul, meanwhile, had given his daughter Michal, David's wife, to a man from Gelim named Palti, son of Laish. See, now I was just about to say that. I was just about to say, so now he's got 3 wives. Because remember, Saul, back in the day, was going to give one of his wives to David. He ended up doing a little switcheroo and said, you can marry her instead. And then he ended up marrying Michal. So it says here, Saul, meanwhile, had given his daughter Michal, David's wife, to a man from Galim named Palti, son of Laish. How you going to give somebody else's wife away? That's what I want to know. This is where it pays to be to study a little bit of history, like ancient Hebrew history or Jewish history, Jewish law. Because I don't remember reading about that. How you gonna take somebody else's wife? I mean, is it because he's the daddy? I'm wondering, is that because he's the daddy? Because think about it. When people are getting married, who gives away the daughter? The father, right? The father of the bride gives away the daughter. Here, I'm giving my daughter to you. So I guess he snatched his daughter back up and gave her to somebody else. But I didn't think you could do that after they're already married. Well, I'll be. All right, let me check in with y'all. Let me check in with the people. Mostar says, "Wow, he was hardcore." Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, he was pretty hardcore. They thought some people probably thought he was not soft. No, 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 no. He was not soft. I mean, think about it. Playing a guitar, which is not at all like a harp, but playing the guitar is pretty cool. I tried it like 20 years ago. It didn't work out very well. I had sensitive fingertips. Because when you strumming a guitar string, it actually puts calluses on your fingers. But before then, your fingers are so tender because it's metal. The strings are metal, and you're strum. You're basically beating your fingertips. But David, he's been out in the not in the wilderness. He was out in the fields. He's tending his sheep. He's probably got his little shepherd's rod and probably doing all kind of stuff. And he probably already had calloused fingers. He's probably muscular and fit from being out and walking and keeping them sheep together. Man, 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 man. That's a long, hard work. They said he was dark skinned, not dark skinned, but dark skinned and ruddy skin complexion from being out in the sun. And so, yeah, he had been toughened up. Tough love, tough love. All right. I don't see anything else going on in the live stream. I'm not gonna put my cricket out there because I do see one. I see one thing from Mostar says, "Wow, he was hardcore." So that's what's going on. Unless you have any questions, comments, insight, interpretations of what I just read in chapter 25, I am now going to go on to chapter 26. Y'all ready? Y'all ready for this? Every time I say that, y'all don't know. But whenever I say, "Are y'all ready?" There's this '90s house song that goes on in my mind. Y'all ready for this? I have so much going on in my mind. I've said it before. Maybe I haven't said it. It's just one of the reasons I don't listen to the radio. I don't listen to the radio because there's always so much music going on in my mind, and plus I don't trust it. Check that video out. I got it. Well, I don't listen to the radio, and I don't watch TV because like there's always different shows going on in my head. Always. Oh, my brain is overflowing with thoughts. It's amazing. Chapter 26. David spares Saul again. David spares Saul again. But before I do that, I'm going to drink a little bit of water. All right. All right, some of you may have experienced an ad pop up at this point, either on the replay or in the live chat. Now that I am monetized, I will be using that button sparingly. And basically, I think when you first come in, there's probably going to be a commercial playing or an ad playing. If you guys watch it all the way through, I am much, much grateful for it. I'm obliged because those ads that you watch, you don't have to click on them if you're not interested. But when you guys do watch the ads, it does help to financially support the channel. And I got a little button here that I can push from time to time if I'm ever taking a break or maybe you got to go do something. And if you guys are still in the live chat and you can watch that when it comes up, watch it in full or as much as possible. That is also helpful. So I just discovered that the other day. I've been forgetting to use it. I'm not going to abuse it, but from time to time, during the beginning, you should see one. Maybe sometimes, not all the time. Sometimes in the middle, I will take a quick break and I will put that ad up for you guys to enjoy and for me to benefit from. And then at the very end, I'm going to put another one. So if you guys can stick around and just watch that, check it out. If it's something you're interested in, check it out. If not, just watch it. And that is a great way to support the channel. Other than the likes, other than the comments, stay active in the comment section, other than sharing me out, and other than subscribing. So anyways, just thought I'd put that out there. Yes. And then I actually took a break because I know there's some people that don't want to miss out on what I'm saying. In any case, we are now in chapter 26 where David spares Saul again. Y'all ready for this? Now, some men from Ziph came to Saul at Gibeah to tell him David is hiding on the hill of Hakilah, which overlooks Jeshimon. So Saul took 3,000 of Israelites' elite troops and went to hunt him down in the wilderness of Ziph. This sounds familiar. Did I read this already? I think they must have gone to Ziph before, but this is new. Saul took 3,000 of Israel's elite troops and went to hunt him down in the wilderness of Ziph. Saul camped along the road beside the hill of Hakilah near Jeshimon, where David was hiding. When David learned that Saul had come after him into the wilderness, he sent out spies to verify the report of Saul's arrival. Verse 5, David slipped over to Saul's camp one night to look around. Saul and Abner, son of Ner, the commander of his army, were sleeping inside a ring formed by slumbering warriors. Who will volunteer to go in there with me? David asked Ahimelech the Hittite and Abishai, son of Zeruiah, Joab's brother. I'll go with you, Abishai replied. So David and Abishai went right into Saul's camp and found him asleep with his spear stuck in the ground beside his head. Abner and the soldiers were lying asleep around him. God has surely handed your enemy over to you this time, Abishai whispered to David. Let me pin him to the ground with one thrust of the spear. I won't need to strike twice. No, David said. Don't kill him, for who can remain innocent after attacking the Lord's anointed one? Surely the Lord will strike Saul down some day, or he will die of old age or in battle. The Lord forbid that I should kill the one he has anointed. But take his spear and that jug of water beside his head, and then let's get out of here. Perfect timing, right? Don't worry, nobody drinks from this except me. So David took the spear and jug of water that were near Saul's head. Then he and Abishai got away without anyone seeing them or even waking up, because the Lord had put Saul's men into a deep sleep. Woo! That would have been super tempting. David climbed the hill opposite the camp until he was at a safe distance. Then he shouted down to the soldiers and to Abner, son of Ner. Wake up, Abner! 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 Who is it? Abner demanded. Well, Abner, you're a great man, aren't you? David taunted. Where in all Israel is there anyone as mighty? So why haven't you guarded your master the king when someone came to kill him? This isn't good at all. I swear by the Lord that you and your men deserve to die because you failed to protect your master, the Lord's anointed. Look around. Where the king's spear and the jug of water that were beside his head? He rubbed it in for real. Saul recognized David's voice and called out, Is that you, my son, David? Man, at this point, you better not call me your son. Don't call me your son. Trying to kill me multiple times. And David replied, Yes, my lord the king. Why are you chasing me? What have I done? What is my crime? But now let my lord the king listen to his servant. If the Lord has stirred you up against me, then let him accept my offering. But if this is simply a human scheme, then may those involved be cursed by the Lord, for they have driven me from my home, so I can no longer live among the Lord's people. And they have said, Go worship pagan gods. Must I die on foreign soil, far from the presence of the Lord? Why has the king of Israel come out to search for a single flea? Why does he hunt me down like a partridge on the mountains? Then Saul confessed, I've sinned. I'm a terrible person. He said in verse 21, I have sinned. Come back home, my son. I will no longer try to harm you, for you valued my life today. I have been a fool and very, very wrong. Here's your spear, O king, David replied. Let one of your men come over and get it. The Lord gives his own reward for doing good and for being loyal. And I refuse to kill you, even when the Lord placed you in my power, for you are the Lord's anointed one. Now may the Lord value my life, even as I have valued yours today. May he rescue me from all my troubles. And Saul said to David, Blessings on you, my son David. You will do many heroic deeds, and you will surely succeed. Then David went away, and Saul returned home. I wonder at this point, is he being genuine, or is he just overcome by emotion? Is it all a farce? I mean, at this point, this dude's unpredictable. And by dude, I mean King Saul. Do y'all think he's sincere at this point? Or is he speaking from, a point of emotion like, oh my goodness, I almost lost my life. My life flashed right before my eyes. It was in a dream because I was in a deep sleep, but my life flashed before my eyes. I need a drink of water. I need a drink. Oh, my water jug gone. He didn't take my water jug. Oh, let me stand up. I can't. Let me. Where my spear at? My spear. He took my spear. Oh my goodness. So is he like overwhelmed by emotion at this point, and he's like, "Yes, yes, you're right, my son, my son," or is he like truly repentant, like, "Dang, you're right, you're right. What's wrong with me?" Or is it just an act? I don't know. The last chapter for today is coming up, chapter 27. It looks like crickets, crickets, crickets. Y'all gonna make me use these crickets. When I don't see y'all talking, I'm gonna give y'all crickets. Creak, 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 creak. We got crickets. We got crickets in the live chat. Nobody talking. Oh, that's so funny. That is so funny. All right, this is the last chapter, you guys. We are at the 1 hour mark in 5 minutes, and we're going to finish up David among the Philistines. So, okay, David went one way, Saul went home another way. He's just had his life spared for the second time. Now, this is David among the Philistines, chapter 27. But David kept thinking to himself, someday Saul is going to get me. The best thing I can do is escape to the Philistines. That's bad when you got to find refuge among your enemies. That's bad. But what do they call it? The lesser of two evils. So here's Saul. Here's one person, Saul, and here's a whole bunch of people that hate me, the Philistines. I'm going with the Philistines. That's terrible. That's terrible. Okay, chapter 27, verse 1. But David kept thinking to himself, someday Saul is going to kill me. The best thing I can do is escape to the Philistines. Then Saul will stop hunting for me in the Israelite territory, and I will finally be safe. So David took his 600 men and went over and joined Achish, son of Maok, the king of Gath. David and his men and their families settled there with Achish at Gath. David brought his two wives along with him, Ahinoam from Jezreel and Abigail, Nabal's widow from Carmel. Word soon reached Saul that David had fled to Gath, so he stopped hunting for him. One day David said to Achish, if it is all right with you, we would rather live in one of the country towns instead of here in the royal city. So Achish gave him the town of Ziklag, which still belongs to the kings of Judah to this day. And they lived there among the Philistines for a year and 4 months. David and his men spent their time raiding the Geshurites, the Girzites, and the Amalekites, people who lived near Shur, toward the land of Egypt since ancient times. David did not leave one person alive in the villages he attacked. He took the sheep, goats, cattle, donkeys, camels, and clothing before returning home to see King Achish. Where did you make your raid today? Achish would ask, and David would reply, against the south of Judah, the Jerahmeelites. Wow, that's a really long name. The Jerahmeelites and the Kenites. No one was left alive to come to Gath and tell where they had been. This happened again and again while he was living among the Philistines. Achish believed David and thought to himself, by now the people of Israel must hate him bitterly. Now he will have to stay here and serve me forever. I'm a little confused at what's going on. Let me read this part over. Because one thing is happening, but David is saying something else is happening. David, this is all in chapter 27, starting at verse 2. David took his men, went over to join Achish, son of Maon. Okay. David and his men and their families settled there at Gath. David brought his two wives. Okay. David says, if you don't mind, I'd rather live out in the country instead of here in the royal city. Achish, is it Achish or Achish? Achish gave him the town of Ziklag, and they lived there among the Philistines. See, at this point, this is where a map would be helpful. I'm going to look one up real quick because something's going on, but I'm really not understanding what it is. David's conquered land. I wonder if there's a map of the land that he was conquering. Or I could put Ziklag, huh? David conquered land. Ziklag. I'm curious. Because there's something there's a subplot going on here. I'm just not picking it up. And sometimes when you're reading the Bible, you can't understand everything all at once. You have to like get the general idea of the story and then go back and then kind of really understand what's going on. Wow, there are quite a few maps. Philistines and Saul assemble for battle. Map of King David's victories. Defeating the Philistines. Hmm. I am going to pick a random map because I don't know if this is going to help or not. But I'm just trying to figure something out. When the Philistine commander had mustered all their forces in effect, they refused David to go with them in battle. 1 Samuel 29. Well, I haven't even got to that part. Oh, how about this? How about I put 1 Samuel 27 Oh, there we go, map. Awesome, because it kind of did like an auto complete for me. It's not very colorful. I like colorful maps, don't you guys? But I'm gonna see if this will help me understand something. Screen share, screen share, screen share time. I'm just quick screen share so you guys can see something. Because I'm just trying to understand. I'm not reading it just so I can say, I read the Bible. I'm actually reading it so I can understand it. So I can apply it to my life. Okay, David spares Saul's life, and this is a map specifically drawn out for 1 Samuel 24 and 27. And I'm going to look at this map while I read this last chapter. And this is the last chapter for today. No commentary. I don't think I need to refer to my dictionary. So I'm just going to take a little bit of time with this map so I can figure out what's going on. So I'm going to start back over from chapter 27 and verse 1. Actually, no, not verse 1. I'm going to start back at chapter 27, verse 5. Verse 6. Verse 5. Okay, this is verse 5. One day David said to Achish, if it is all right with you, we would rather live in one of the country towns instead of here in the royal city. And Gath, if you look, Gath is the one that's kind of like here at the top. See Gath up here? Gath. All right. And let's see. Verse 6. So Achish gave him the town of Ziklag. And Ziklag, it looks like there's two question marks. Is this Ziklag or is this Ziklag? I'm not really sure, but there are 2 points on here that it looked like, wow, that is quite a bit of space. That is quite a bit of space. That's like me being here in Fort Worth and saying, oh, thank you, King, for letting me stay here in Fort Worth. I don't want to live here in the Royal City. I'm just going to move out to Dallas, which isn't very far by car, but to walk that way, oh no. And these people were on foot, so they wanted some space. They needed some space. See that? Gath is up here. Ziklag is down here. All right, so verse 6, Achish gave him the town of Ziklag, which still belongs to the kings of Judah to this day, and they lived there among the Philistines for a year and 4 months. Verse 8, David and his men spent their time raiding the Geshurites, the Girzites, and the Amalekites, people who lived near Shur toward the land of Egypt since ancient times. I don't see that part on here. No, I don't see that on the map. David did not leave one person alive in the villages. He took the sheep goats before returning home. Where'd you make your raid today? And he said, against the south of Judah, the Jerahmeelites and the Kenites. No one was left alive to come to Gath and tell where he'd really been. Well, doggone, now I want to know, where was he? Geshurites, Girzites, and Amalekites. Oh, here we go. You see this right here? The type is so light that I couldn't see it. So this is the bold print, and then the light print down here. So let me see, where did he actually go? Geshurites, Girzites, Amalekites. So that's over here. Y'all see over here? I'm trying to put my little pointer over here. This is where he went. The Girzites, the Geshurites, and the Amalekites over here by the water, by this water, not the Dead Sea. So he's over here, conquer, conquer, conquer. But when he went back to King Achish or Achish, David would reply, "Oh, I was in the south of Judah, the Jerahmeelites and the Kenites." So he said he was over here, but he was actually over here. I wonder what significance that has. If anybody knows, let me know in the chat. If anybody knows, let me know in the chat. What's the significance of that? I don't know if I haven't got there yet, or if there's some military strategy that was going on here, or if he just didn't want them all up in his business, or what. But as y'all can see from the map, here's the map. This is where he was. Hey, King, we just want to chill out somewhere else. We're gonna go right here. Okay. And then they conquer these people over here. Hey, where you been? Oh, we was over here. Like, what was the point of that? I don't know. No one was left alive to come to Gath and tell where he had really been. This happened again and again while he was living among the Philistines. Achish, or Achish, believed David and thought to himself, by now the people of Israel must hate him bitterly. Now he will have to stay here and serve me forever. By now the people of Israel must hate him. So was he trying to give the illusion that he was fighting against his own people and like trying to conquer his own place instead of a new place? Is that what it was? He was kind of like making a facade, a backstory, a fake backstory of what was going on, so he could, really make a solid case to stay under this guy's protection. I wonder. Anyways, Saul contacts a medium. That's gonna happen tomorrow because I'm done for today. I'm done. I'm done. But other than that map, I am gonna look in my Bible dictionary real quick. Let me see anybody. Reality striking hard. That's what the word says. Reality striking hard. I don't remember what I said at this point. Oh, you're probably responding to the part where see, I gotta go back and think. You're responding to the part where I said Saul, when he's apologizing to David, was it real? Was he just being emotional, or was it a facade? You said reality was striking hard. Yeah, I think it would be. I think if that's like, I mean, think about it. Home invasion, nobody wants to experience that, right? You have a burglar and robbery where somebody goes in when nobody's home, takes stuff. A home invasion is when somebody's still at home. Here you are, peacefully sleeping in your own home. You hear some glass break. What was that? You hear footsteps. What was that? You hear things moving around in your house. Your home is being invaded. Possibly your life is at stake, right? You come face to face with the person in your house that wasn't invited, and all of a sudden they run away. And you're thinking to yourself, or maybe you even wake up and you see them there and they see you and then they run away. And you're thinking at that moment, oh my goodness, my life could have escaped from me at that moment. So he might have been having a reflective moment. He might have been having a reflective moment like, oh wow, I almost lost my life. And he was actually repentant. No, it was just getting good. Yes, yes. There are days I have, you know what? I'm not gonna come on here all holier than thou and oh da 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 da. There are times. First of all, Lord forgive me, but you already know my heart. There are times when I don't feel like coming on here reading. I'm tired. I don't feel good. My throat hurt. My nose all stuffed up. Y'all know how my nose gets. There are times when I don't want to read the Bible, but I'm glad that I'm taking time to do it. One, it's building my discipline for spiritual reasons and for other reasons. It's keeping me steady to do one thing, and then other times I do want to read the Bible. There are times throughout the day. It's so weird. It's so weird. There are times throughout the day where I'm like, it's kind of like when you watch a movie or a show or whatever, and then you randomly think about that show again later on, like, oh, that was a funny part when he did that thing, or oh, that movie show was good that I watched yesterday when that one thing happened or that one person said that, and you just have little flashbacks. Sometimes I have flashbacks of what I read, and I'm like, ooh, I should go read the Bible. Like, who does that, right? Who does that? But for real, like the more that I read the Bible, it becomes more enjoyable. And I said it before, like back when I was reading Deuteronomy and Leviticus, ooh, some of them parts was dry, dry, dry. Some of those parts in the Bible were dry. No, Numbers. It was Numbers. Numbers and I think Leviticus. Ooh, I would not have been mad at y'all for falling asleep because it was just fact upon fact upon fact, no plot, no interactions, no drama, no narration. It was just this happened and that happened, and it was just in the measurements, and they measured it out by this part, and 23 cubits by something. It was like so dry. I'm not gonna say boring. Some parts were boring, but it was kind of dry, and I'm like, ooh, I need some hot sauce and or ketchup because this is dry. But to me, the Bible is like, I like food. I'm a foodie. You know, I'm gonna use a food analogy at some point. To me, the Bible is like a snack, dessert, dinner, a light salad, some soup, and Thanksgiving. At various points. Sometimes reading the Bible is like a snack. It's just a little bit of something like, oh, okay. Other times it's like dessert, like, woo, that was juicy. Ooh, wee. Sometimes it's a full meal, like, wow, that's really making me think. And, oh, okay, now I know where that comes from. I've heard that before. And it really makes you ponder and think. And it's kind of like life changing. Other times it's like a light salad, salad or vegetables. A lot of people don't like vegetables. They're just like, it's bland. Can we put some salt and butter on it or something? It's just, I really don't want to eat this. But it's good for you, but you eat it. Some people like salads. Most people don't like salads and green food and just plain steamed vegetables. Yes, some parts of the Bible are like steamed vegetables. And it's like, oh, I know this is good for me, but it ain't good. Ah. And you want to put some kind of flavor on it. Some parts of the Bible are like that, and then other parts of the Bible are like Thanksgiving, where it's a little of this and a little of that. And, oh, this too. Oh my goodness, wow! And you walk away feeling full. So, anyways, that's my little food analogy. And yeah, why am I saying that? I'm saying that because I don't remember why I said that. I don't remember why I said that, but the point is sometimes I don't want to read it, and sometimes I'm really enjoying it. Like today, this particular part of the Bible, Samuel's pretty good. Samuel has been pretty juicy. And yeah, I don't remember where I was going with that. I bet if I watch this on the replay, I'll see the point that I was trying to make, and then I'll see my tangent, and I'll see where I didn't come back. But I encourage everybody to read the Bible. I really do. You can get you a Bible story book where it just does the highlights, like this happened and this happened and this happened. But if you really want a full understanding, you kind of have to eat the whole thing, the salad and the soup. I mean, who eats soup nowadays, right? Sometimes I crave soup, sometimes, but usually when you're sick and you don't have an appetite and you're not trying to have all that, and it's like, oh, my stomach just ain't right. You just want some soup or maybe some Vernors. You want something light. So sometimes you just want a little piece of the Bible. You know what I'm saying? You might just be like, man, I'm not feeling the whole read a chapter thing. I just want to read a proverb or something to make me, boost me up for a little bit. And so you can jump in and read some proverbs, like a random proverb. Come on, random proverb. Hey, where's my random proverb? This is all New Testament, y'all. They lied. New Testament and Proverbs. Where's my Proverbs? Unless it's at the very beginning. Oh, you're making a lie out of me. You're making a lie. Unless it's somewhere in the middle. I bet they put it somewhere in the middle. I've never opened this up, so I've had it, but I've never opened it up. Here we go. Proverbs at the end. Sometimes you might just want to be like, I just need a little scripture to get me through. And you can't really open up the Bible and be random. I mean, you can, but sometimes you just want to read something real quick. Oh, this is Proverbs 6 and 12. Some people are just troublemakers. They're always thinking up some crooked scheme and telling lies. They use secret signals to cheat people. They wink their eyes, shuffle their feet, point a finger. Those troublemakers are always planning to do something bad. But they'll be punished. All of a sudden, disaster will strike. They'll be destroyed and there will be no one there to help them. See, now that's relatable. That's relatable. That's from Proverbs. And you just want something just like, yeah, I need something to stick to me at this moment. And then sometimes you want to go the full Monty and jump into the Bible. I know I'm all over the place right now, but the point is, read the Bible. What was I gonna read? Ziklag. I don't think Ziklag is in here, but I'm curious. I'm curious to know why, because I can make a guess. I can make a guess why David was not exactly truthful about where he had been conquering, but I kind of want to know the reason. Ziklag, a city in the Negev, or southern Judah, assigned to the tribe of Simeon. When David was pursued by Saul, he and his 600 men fled to the land of the Philistines and found sanctuary with Achish, king of Gath. Achish gave the city of Ziklag to David and his men, and it became David's military base for raids against the nomadic tribes of the Negev. Many of Saul's followers defected. That means they said, "We ain't serving you no more. We're going to the other side." Defected to David and joined David at Ziklag. Ziklag is probably Tel Esh Shariah, about 20 miles south of Gaza. I still want to know, why did he lie? Why you gotta lie, Craig? Why you gotta lie? Don't lie. I'm gonna look that up real quick. And then I'm done. I'm pretty much done. So thanks to everybody who's still hanging around at this point. I know some of you come just for the word, and they're like, I don't want to hear all that extra. But you already know how I am, so you get what you get and you don't throw a fit. Why did David lie to Achish? I'm just curious. And is this a foreshadowing of things to come? Huh. I'm just looking at the search results at this point. BlueLetterBible.org, EnduringWord.com, FPCJackson.org, Lying Your Way Out of Trouble. Wow. Well, that's a nice title. And David would say against the southern area of Judah. David didn't lie to Achish because he was ashamed of what he did. He lied to gain favor. Okay. And David would say against the southern area of Judah. David didn't lie. Let me see. If I had found favor in your eyes, let a place be given me in one of the country towns that I may dwell there. Considering David's deceit. David feigns madness before Achish. Oh, that's right. This is the dude that he was acting crazy in front of. David feigns madness before Achish, son of Gath, in 1 Samuel. The purpose is to protect himself from being killed by his nation's enemies. Interesting. See, when you start reading the Bible and you actually start asking yourself questions, why did they do this, and why did they do that, and why, then you really get a deeper understanding. Oh, who's the Bible Project? I got that link in the description. I was telling you guys about the Bible Project. If y'all want to look some more into the Bible, I was listening to this while I was doing yard work last week, and I don't remember which video, but it said the people in the Bible, the characters in the Bible are not representatives of how to live your life. They're not. Almost everything in this Bible I've read, people have been lying, cheating, stealing, fornicating, doing all kind of crazy stuff. And it's supposed to be a reflection of who we are, how we are. This is a reflection of us. There is a reflection of God in here too, of how God moves and what God wants for us and how God interacts with us. But most of these people in the Bible, they are actual reflections of us. We ain't no good. They wasn't no good. Everybody we think they better than they are. We are all terrible, terrible people. I'm just playing. we're all good people. Most people have a good heart, but at the core, everybody has something deceptive in their mind, something dealing with some type of sin. And y'all know there's like 7 sins. I won't go off into that, or will I? But yeah, it was talking about how the Bible is not a guide of how to live. It's a guide of how not to live. Look at all these people. David lying, Saul going after people and trying to kill them, and all these bad things that people are doing, harmful, sinful things, is basically showing us a reflection of ourselves, just in a historical tense, and how God reacts to us doing all this crazy stuff. and how we redeem ourselves or how we become redeemed through Jesus. So that's that. But I'm going to read this real quick. This is from fpcjackson.org, Lying Your Way Out of Trouble. Now turn with me to, this is somebody's sermon. I'm not going to read all the sermon. I am not reading all of the sermon. Here we go. Does David consort with the enemy? Is David a murderer? Wow, these are some good questions. Is David a liar? Is David guilty of treason? Okay, yeah, this is a little too deep. This is a little too deep. But anyways, I'm not going to read any of that. But I'll just stick with the heading, the little, do a screen share. Right here, I'll show you. All I did was type in, why did David lie to Achish? That's what I did. Why did David lie to Achish? And these are the results that came up. And it's pretty much saying he lied to gain favor. He lied to gain favor with Achish. I don't know what he was trying to do exactly. I'd have to study it a lot more. But he kept lying and going from one place and saying he was in another place. David goes over to Achish, leader of Gath. Then David arose and went over with the 600 men who were with him to Achish, the son of Maon, king of Gath. So David dwelt with Achish at Gath, he and his men, each of them in his household, and David with his 2 wives. Blah 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 blah. It was told to Saul that David fled to Gath, so he sought him no more. David becomes a bandit. David said to Achish, if I now have found favor in your eyes, let them give me a place in the town of the country that I may dwell there. For why should your servant dwell in the royal city with you? So Achish gave him Ziklag that day. Therefore Ziklag had belonged to the kings of Judah. Now that time David dwelt in the country of the Philistines was 1 full year and 4 months. Here we go. Verses 8 through 9. David's new occupation, a roving bandit. And David and his men went up and raided the Geshurites, Girzites, and Amalekites, for those nations were the inhabitants of the land of old, as you go to Shur, even as far as the land of Egypt. Whenever David attacked the land, he left neither man nor woman alive, but took away the sheep, the oxen, the donkeys, the camels, and the apparel, and returned and came to Achish. Bullet point number 1, David and his men went up and raided. The Hebrew word raid comes from the verb to strip, with the idea of stripping the dead or for loot. David attacked these villages or encampments, killed some of the men, stripped them for their treasure or their armor, and robbed the people of the village or encampment. This was no way of life for a man after God's own heart. Point B, the Geshurites, the Girzites, and the Amalekites. David hasn't totally turned against God and his people, for now he only attacks the enemies of Israel. This probably gave David some comfort, but it is a small consolation to know that you aren't as bad as you could possibly be. Point C, he left neither man nor woman alive but took away. Even though he attacked the enemies of Israel, David was nothing more than an armed robber and murderer. He killed all the people of the village or encampment, took the spoil, and did it without the approval or guidance of God. He now fought wars for profit instead of for God's honor. What? David lies to Achish. Then Achish would say, where have you made a raid today? And David would say, against the southern area of Judah, or against the southern area of the Jerahmeelites, or against the southern area of the Kenites. David would save neither man nor woman alive to bring news to Gath. Oh, what they say? Dead men tell no tales. I get it now. Dead men tell no tales. So it says David would save neither a man nor woman alive to bring news to Gath, saying, lest they should inform on us, saying, thus David did, and thus was his behavior all the time he dwelt in the country of the Philistines. So Achish believed David, saying, he's made his people Israel utterly abhor him, therefore he will be my servant forever. So here's a bullet point. David would say against the southern area of Judah. David didn't lie to Achish because he was ashamed of what he did. He lied to gain favor with Achish. He knew the Philistine leader would be pleased to hear that David raided his own people. Point B. David would rather neither save David would save neither man nor woman alive to bring news. In his raids, David killed all the men and women so that his lie would not be exposed. Much later in his life, David would have a far more notorious season of sin with Bathsheba, ended up killing her husband Uriah to cover his sin. And okay, that's some other stuff. Point C. Achish believed David, saying, "He has made people in Israel utterly abhor him. Therefore, he will be my servant forever." Achish felt he was in a good place. David was trapped in a web, and Achish was the spider. Achish believed that David burned all his bridges with the people of God. It all looks pretty dark, but David had not and could not burn his bridge with God. So, yeah, I'm glad I read that because I really was confused. I was just like, what is going on? Why did he say that? Like, as you're reading it, as you're just reading the Bible straightforward, sometimes it's pretty straightforward, and sometimes you have to do a little bit more research. And so that's why I did that. I just want to know, like, why you gotta lie? Why you gotta lie, David? Why you lie? I thought you was a good guy. Now David has went rogue. He's become a mercenary, a soldier of fortune. He's like, ha ha, the victory is mine. Now that I've escaped from Saul and got my own life, I'm about to go cut up. I was just wondering why. So, anyways, we'll find out what's going on tomorrow in chapter 28. Let me do one final read through to the on the live chat. But I hope you guys like that. Let me know. Let me know either now in the live chat or let me know in the comment section if it's helpful when I kind of go off when I go off the rails and I'm like digging deeper. You have to dig deeper. Or would you just rather, Kenya, it's really nice how you like to get into the details, but let's just stick to the Bible reading, shall we? I ain't got time for all that. I figure if you're busy, you can always pause, come back later, or, catch something that you didn't catch on the replay. But I want to do this for understanding. Like I said before, this is my New Year's resolution. So I do want to read it because I kind of put it out there. I'm going to read the Bible every day. But actually, as I'm reading it, I want to understand. I want to understand. I really, truly want to understand, why did this happen? Why did that happen? Anyways. So, yeah, let me see. Mostar, while he was hardcore. I read that part already. Taking a quick water break. Yeah, that was me. I was taking a quick water break. I'm watching while on my break. I read that too. Oh, look at me. I'm giving you guys crickets because you guys fell asleep for a moment. And then the Wiz woke up saying, I'm awake. Reality was striking hard. Talking about Saul's interaction with David and his life getting spared again. Yes, yes. Also, when the son spared the father. I can only chime in here and there. I understand because you're at work. I'm working. And then David Colburn came in the room saying, ha ha ha, ha ha ha. And he said it just like that. He said just like that. Welcome, David Colburn. Did everybody say hello? Let's not forget our hospitality in the House of 40. I think you've been here before. Your name looks familiar. I think you were here, right? Because if you're new here, I'll give you a gold star participation. But I think I've seen you before. So if you have been here before, welcome back! Welcome back, welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. I think that's Cotter. Welcome back, Cotter. I have so many pop culture references in my head from the 80s. You guys just don't understand. There's the Nightbot inviting you to check out the Facebook fan page. Eva Frazier says, see you tomorrow. Amen. She out. David Coburn says, is there any good parts with the name David in the Bible? Ha ha ha. He was a pretty good harp player. Yeah, he was, you know what? David, I think, is probably one of the most balanced characters. He was an obedient son. Well, he was a good, hardworking son, him in the fields with the sheep. He was a loyal and obedient little brother, helping out his brothers on the field. He was very organized to be able to do both of that. Hard work out in the field with the sheep and, running errands for his brothers. He was faithful to God, and he had a lot of faith because he's like, who should we be to cower in the presence of these Philistines? We are the people of God, and they shouldn't be talking about us like this. So he had a lot of strength and faith. So he was faithful. He was obedient. He was a good son. He was a good brother. He was patient. David was patient. Because when Saul started to lose it, and he started going from this, I love you like a son, to this. When Saul went from this to this, David was patient. He was patient and he was understanding, and he was loyal. He was loyal to the king, faithful, patient. Then he started cutting up. Matter of fact, when did he first start cutting up? David started cutting up. Is this the first time? This whole Gath thing? Yeah, he could have ended it all, and he could have been like, dude, we're gonna squash this right now. But instead of fighting his enemy, which really wasn't his enemy, he's more like an adversary, he was patient time and time again. But then yeah, then we start seeing he's lying. Looks like he got a little bit greedy. Of course, we know about Bathsheba, a little that's going to be coming up soon. So I think David is one of those really balanced out characters that he wasn't all good, but he wasn't all bad. Let's see. Yeah, that's right, Kenya. Ha 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 ha. Thank you. Bless you. Yes, I've been here before. Thank you kindly. No, thank you. No, thank you. No, thank you. Thank you kindly. You know what that reminds me of? Me and my daughter, a week or two ago, we were watching Goofy Gophers. I think it's Goofy Gophers. It's like old 70s, 80s cartoons. It's either from Looney Tunes or it's from, I can't remember, but they're these little, they look like chipmunks, but they're not chipmunks. They might be chipmunks. And they're little characters and they jump around doing stuff and interact with each other, whatever. And they have like these little English accents and they're so proper and posh. And, oh, what will we be doing today? Oh, I don't know. What shall we do today? Oh, cheery idea. Da, 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 da. Oh, after you. Do after you. And they're so cute. They're like little gophers and they're perfectly they're well mannered and it's funny because they're little gophers. Yeah. Hello, David. Welcome. Thank you to the Wiz. It's very educational. We're learning a lot. Great. I enjoyed that. Thank you. Yes. Yes. No problem. No problem. No problem, Bob. All right. Let me do my roll call. But first. My mind. If you guys could visit my brain for like, I don't know, just an hour, like actually being here, you'd be like, get me out of here. Or you might be like, this place is dope. It's fun. It's fun. One last screen share just to be fun, just for fun. These are the Goofy Gophers. Just for fun. These are the Goofy Gophers. And it looks like, yes, these are Looney Tune characters. These are the Goofy Gophers. You can look them up. They're actually called the Goofy Gophers. There's another set of chipmunks. Not to be confused with the chipmunks, because they have their own, not the chipmunks, Chip and Dale. Some people, because me and my daughter was looking this up, we were like, was that Chip and Dale? She's like, Mom, I saw this one cartoon with Chip and Dale, and there was this one little cartoon where their house got chopped down, the tree. The tree got chopped down. It went to a logging station and got cut up into furniture, and they were trying to save it. And we spent like 30 minutes, 30 or 45 minutes trying to figure out Chip and Dale. And it wasn't Chip and Dale. It was these guys. And they're so cute. And like I said, they're just very polite, very intelligent, and oh, what shall we do? Oh, I don't know. Good day to you. Oh, cheerio. And they're just so cute. They're just cute. Those are the Goofy Gophers. And yeah, check that out. Check that out in your own time. So now I gave you guys 2 fun things to check out that are not Bible related. You can check out Chilled Cow, which I put that link scroll up. I put that link up there if you're looking for some chill, family-friendly music to study by or to do homework by or maybe to soothe a little baby. You can play that. There's no lyrics in it. It's just kind of hip hoppy, jazzy, classical mix, kind of weird, not weird in a bad way, but nice music, chilled cow. And now I'll give you guys the goofy gophers to look at. So yes, when you said that, it just reminded, I guess, the way my brain works. Thank you. No, thank you. Oh, no, after you. They're just so polite. They're cute. Okay. Roll call. Those gophers sound familiar. Yeah, Goofy Gophers. Look them up. Goofy Gophers. Not Chip and Dale. Goofy Gophers. For sure. I used to watch them a long time ago. The wholesomeness. Yeah, the wholesomeness. That's what I like about it. Cartoons nowadays, they're okay, but there's so much cynicism and sarcasm, and it's funny to be rude and it's funny to be disrespectful, but we're laughing, so it's cool, right? Don't put me on another tangent. But the cartoons from back then, they were just wholesome, clean, family friendly. Yes, people got bopped on the head from time to time, but other than that, it was wholesome. Shout out time. It's shout out time. See, that's what I'm saying. My brain, like, you can't make this stuff up. My brain is always like always generating. Give me a little seed and it blooms into something that you'd be like, well, how did you grow that? It's just boom. Anyways, yeah, now I just made up another song. Shout out time. Shout out. But it sounds familiar. Shout out time. I'll come back to that. Shout out to Nicole. Shout out to Laverne Dorsey. Shout out to Life of Key. Shout out to Eva Frazier in the house. Shout out to Mostar. I've seen you in my comment section, but I've never seen you in my live stream. So welcome to you. This is a shout out to you. Welcome and shout out to Mostar. Shout out to The Right Way. I don't know if they're still in the house, but if so, thank you for joining me in the Bible reading party. Shout out to Nicole. Shout out to The Wiz. Shout out time. Shout out to Nightbot, who behaved today and didn't time anybody out unnecessarily. Shout out to, I think that's pretty much everybody until David Colburn came in and says, ha 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 ha! That's a great way. That's a great conversation starter. Just ha ha ha! Because, oh, you weren't in here a couple weeks ago when we were doing that laughing exercises. Laughing is good. Y'all remember that? Was that a couple weeks ago? Or was that last month? And I was like, ha ha, ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. And it's a laughing exercise because laughing is an actual good for you. It's good for your stomach muscles. It's good for releasing whatever brain chemical, serotonin. Laughing. They have laughing laugh therapy. So anyways, I know I'm all over the place. Eva Frazier, shout out. David Colburn, shout out. David Colburn, out cold. Colburn. David Colburn is out cold, just like David from the Bible. I just made that connection. You realize that, right? Like, I just made that connection. When you asked that question, I was not reading your name. I was specifically looking at the question, but yes. Well played. Very, very well played. Touche. Very nice. Ah! Oh, that's a great question. Is there any parts with the name David? Any good parts with the name David in the Bible? Yeah, I didn't because my mind is always, sometimes I have to run to catch up with it. Okay, so that's everybody. Yes, that is everybody in the house. That is the shout out time. If I think really hard, I want to say that is one of the outro theme songs to the Flintstones. I'm thinking that's where that rhythm is coming from. And all you see is Fred running through the house. Wilma! Or no, not Fred. That little dinosaur that was running after Barney. I don't know, but I have flashbacks. It's not PTSD. It's not off of an acid trip. It's just tripping from the 80s. It is. It really is. It's just randomly. Ask my kids. Ask my kids whether we're at home or out in public. They hate it when I do this out in public. Whether I'm at home or I'm out in public, I will randomly start singing and dancing. Sometimes under my breath, sometimes with a bravado, with a little bit of melody, and sometimes with song and dance, out in the middle of the grocery store aisles. It just randomly comes to me. But I'm thinking, Craft by the Rose comes in at the last minute. Miss Tina says, "Good morning." I gave you a thumbs up already. Thank you, thank you. I also always watch your whole entire commercial. Thank you so much. It would be nice if you would support my channel by watching my short videos and in commercials. Thanks. Ma'am, you are on my list. You are on my list. I've got so many people. I ain't forgot about you. I have not forgot about you. Between editing, which I've talked about it many, many times before, because I'm not a live streamer. So I'm not a live streamer other than right now. I'm live streaming, but like most of my stuff is not live stream. And so it takes a really, really, really long time to edit it and do other stuff. So I did not forget about you. Yes, ma'am, you are on my list of people to watch. But I've got so many people to watch. Oh my goodness. Sometimes, and here's another thing. Sometimes I will let people play, but I don't have time to comment because I'm editing. Because like we're two different type of content creators. Your stuff is mostly live streaming, and you're like on the fly, and you're interacting with your people, kind of like I am right now. And most of my stuff is like pre-recorded stuff. Like people have been asking me, "Hey, don't you have 2 interviews that you're supposed to put out?" I'm like, "Yeah, I got 3 hours worth of watching." Anyways, it's a thing. It's a thing. So I did not forget about you. I did not forget about you. As a matter of fact, if you all could do me a favor, if you all watching could do me a favor, check out Miss Crafts by the Rose on my behalf. Show her a little bit of love. She is a crafter. She does actual handmade is it crochet or is it knitting? I want to say it's crocheting because I know they're 2 different things. But if y'all could check her out, she has a wonderful down to earth personality. She is a God fearing woman, and she's real. She's a real person, and she just got monetized a couple weeks ago, and so she's got commercials to watch on her stuff, and you can go to support her so that she can get that monetization kicked in, or you can go to actually watch what she's doing because she's showing you what she's doing. She's very crafty, which is why her name is Crafts by the Rose. So yes, ma'am, I did not forget about you, but I'm telling you, you, you and a long list of people are asking me the same question, and there's not enough time in the day. There's not enough time in the day for me to make sure that I go and like leave a comment. So yes, I do appreciate you. And for everybody watching that are fellow content creators, know that when I have time, I watch you. I might not always leave a comment because it's just I'm doing other stuff. But yes, I do. I do. It's crochet, and I have a survey going on in the comment section that I really would like people to read and give me an answer to. I am going to write you down on my list of people because I literally have a list. I'm so behind in my work. I'm so behind. I got like 6 videos that I should have put out already, but I'm working on one thing. I'm writing a book. I don't wanna make excuses, but I'm doing a lot. I'm doing a lot. I got notes everywhere. Notes. I got like all kind of stuff. My family calls me. They're wondering why I don't pick up the phone. They're wondering why I'm not doing stuff. Is because like I literally look at that projects that I'm working on. Email newsletters. I got a website. I got so much stuff that I'm doing. I can't wait till I make it to the big leagues because I really need a team. Like I know my channel ain't all that, but I need some help. I need some help because of all the stuff I'm trying to do. It takes so much for one person to do it. This Bible reading is the easiest part of my channel because I come on, I hit the button, I read the Bible, I'm done, and that's it. But the other stuff that I'm trying to do, it takes so much time. It takes so much time. If I didn't have as much fun as I was having, I would give up. I would give up because it's so time consuming what I'm doing. But I really enjoy it. I really, really enjoy it. So yeah. Yes. Goofy Gophers. Goofy Gophers. I did my roll call. Miss Tina, you're the last person to come in, so shout out, shout out to Crafts by the Rose. I'm pretty sure that's from the Flintstones. Y'all let me know. Now, this is not something that I'm going to do every time, so please, I'm hoping I don't start something that I hope I don't start something that I can't finish. I'm not going to do this every time because I'm exclusively in here to read the Bible, but just this one time. And I know people are going to be like, well, you did it for her. Why don't you do it for me? Every once in a while, I do share. I should probably put... There we go. To make it a little bit more like, what is this? What's going on? I don't know. What's going on? Everybody in his house. I put a link up, and I'm going to put it up there one more time. The survey that she's talking about is linked right there. I just popped over there. I can't do this on my phone, but I'm on my laptop, so I was able to switch around. That is Miss Tina's survey question. She's curious about something. I haven't read the question yet. She's curious. She wants to know the answer to something. And yeah, let's go check it out and give her the answer. I bet it has something to do with crafting, but I don't know. Because I literally just went over there, copied it, and brought it back over here. So yes, that's the least I can do right now. And when I get a chance, I will be checking out your channel again. You and all the other wonderful people I've been meeting. I've been meeting a lot of people, like not even in the United States people, like people in the UK, a lot of people in Brazil, a lot of people that are expats, like people that travel around. And man, if I had 24 hours of watching YouTube, I still wouldn't be watching everybody, because there's just not enough time in the day. But I do thank you for coming in. I know you're one of those people that really do believe in showing support and showing loyalty and showing love. And I try to be as loyal as I can. Just be patient with me, please. I'm only one person, and I've got a lot going on. On that note, I read my Bible. I did my roll call. I did my shout out. I shared a couple links. I talked about Goofy Gophers for no good reason. And now I'm going to pray. Y'all pray for me. Pray for me, for real. Because I got big dreams and I got big goals. And I'm doing a lot. I had somebody reach out to me on Facebook yesterday like, hey, how's it going? And I was like, yeah, it's going. And I think they thought I was kind of like ignoring them. I'm like, I'm not ignoring you. I just got other stuff going on. And I kind of explained to her, and she was like, yeah, don't let this YouTube consume your life. That's what she told me. She's like, do not let YouTube consume your life. I'm like, I'm not, but I kind of am, because... Okay, another quick thing. Y'all know what reverse engineering is? I'm going to break it down to you. I know this has nothing to do with the Bible. Maybe I should make a video about this. Putting that on my to-do list. Because I got a to-do list, I got a projects list, and I got a... Uh-oh. Where'd my notebook go? And I got a videos idea list. Like I'm literally working nonstop at this computer. Video ideas to do. Like I'm always working. But I'm gonna put that on my videos idea. Reverse engineering. Some of you already probably know what it means. It's a big word, but it's a simple idea. Reverse engineering. You think about that thing that you want, that goal that you're trying to achieve, and you take one step back to you reaching that goal. Like, I want to buy a house. Just an example. I want to buy a house. You know you need money for it, but there's other things. So you imagine yourself in that house. You got the keys. You take one step back from getting those keys. Who gave you the keys? The realtor. Okay, so I need to find a realtor. And of course, there's paperwork that I would have signed. So I'm thinking about that paperwork that's being signed. And you think about all the things associated with that from you. So you step back from that and you're thinking in your mind, okay, I got to get all this paperwork together. I got to get my credit together. I got to get my ID, my social security card. And then you take a step back from that. Okay, do I have my social security card? Oh, I haven't found it in a while. Let me go look for it. And so you look at your big goal at the top, and then you take a step back to make sure you have all those things lined up. Because a lot of times people do it the other way, like, oh, I'm gonna save money so I can buy a house, and then they skip all those steps in between because they're not really thinking about it. But if you think about your goal and step back, okay, in order to do this, I would have had to do this. Step back. In order to do that, I would have had to do this, and you step back, and then you're like building up your to-do list, your tasks in reverse order until you get to the start. And that's what I've been doing is I know what my goal is. My ultimate goal is to leave my job. It really is. It's been that way for a while. I don't talk about it too much, but that's the whole purpose of this channel. The whole purpose of this channel is documenting my journey through business and entrepreneurship. And I don't think eBay's gonna get me there. That's my main thing. I don't think YouTube's gonna get me there. But I already have it wrote down on paper. This is how much money I need to make every week to leave my job, which means I need to do this, 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 and this. Now that I have all these things lined up, I need to do this, 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 and this. Once I have each of those lists, I take out each of those and I reverse engineer. So that's why I'm always doing stuff. That's why I'm always doing stuff. That's why I have this notebook full of stuff to do. Why are you making all these videos? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? Why are you It's because I got a goal and I know what my goal is. And if I'm going to be sitting pretty one day and sitting back and relaxing, I got to put in the work right now. I have to put in the work right now. Yes. Website, working on my website. The website will be bringing me money. Working on my books. The books will be bringing me money. Working on my merch. The merch will be bringing me money. Working on my voiceover stuff, my podcast stuff. That will be bringing me money. I don't just think about it and dream about it. Like, I'm working on it. If you want to reach your goals, you can't just, I want to do this and I want to do that. Like, you have to be working really hard. I say all that to say, to my family, I'm not ignoring y'all. To my YouTube friends, I'm not ignoring y'all. To people in the comments, I'm not ignoring y'all. I'm literally glued to this computer from the time I wake up to the time I lay down. Every free moment, I'm working on my business goals, my business plan, reaching out to affiliates, reaching out to marketers, reaching out to this, doing my own website by myself, doing a lot of different stuff by myself. And there's only so much time. But one day, once everything's set into place and that ball gets rolling, people are going to be like, wow, how'd you do that? That must have been easy. Wow, she's an overnight success. I'm going to be like, no, it wasn't. It was 2 years of me working every single day for 12 hours a day. Yes, my house is neglected from time to time. Yes, the relationship between my children are neglected from time to time. Yes, me staying connected with some of my networking people on YouTube and other places are neglected from time to time. But because there's only one me, and there's only so much time in the day. I appreciate y'all's patience. I appreciate y'all understanding. I know that was probably TMI, but I feel like I have to explain it because I have so many people coming at me and asking me, whether it's my family or my friends or outsiders, and they don't understand. They're not on this side of the camera, and they don't see all the stuff that I'm doing. All they see is the end results. So yeah, I hope that explains some things. I do believe in supporting people back, but I can only do so much. I'm going to pray now because this has gotten a little weird. Lord, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, Lord, for today. Thank you for freedom of speech, not only in America, but worldwide. Thank you for today. This is the day that the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. I am thankful for every single person in my live chat right now. Whether they believe it or not, whether they didn't know it or not, I am so grateful for everybody who either watches me and participates, watches me and they're just playing me in the background, like Brother Jeff does from Finley River Kennels. I know he and I, we're in totally different spheres, but I know he comes in from time to time and he watches me. I got other people to watch me. I'm thankful for them. I'm really thankful for them. For the people who do kind of communicate with me and touch bases and keep me in check, like, hey, let's stay connected. I am thankful for them because I know that there's something about there's something about me that they do keep coming back for, and they want to stay connected. And Lord, just give me the strength and give me the wisdom to be able to balance everything out. Uh, I know I can't do it by myself. I know I am doing it by myself, but I can only do it with your help, Lord. It's only through you that I am reaching my goals, and for that I am thankful. I am thankful for the ability to read my Bible here in the safety and comfort of my own home with no persecution. I'm here thankful for the miracle of technology that even though I'm in my room by myself, I'm able to talk with people in totally different places, different spaces, different time zones. I'm thankful for that miracle of technology that helps us stay connected. I am thankful for the ability to try to use the computer to bring in some income because I know, what was it, 96? When was I in school? 90s, 8, 90s, not even 20 years ago. 20 years ago, this was not possible. Making an income online 20, 25 years ago, it was not even possible. So I'm thankful for just the opportunity to try to do something with this thing called technology to help me bring income so that I could possibly reach my goal and reach my desire. Lord, you know the desire of my heart. That job is not for me. It's not for me. I'm thankful. I'm so thankful. And let me say it again for people who come at me. I'm thankful. I'm grateful. Lord, you know I'm grateful for my job, but it's not for me. It is not for me. That place is not for me. It is not for me. So Lord, if it be your will, please let all of my efforts work out so that I can support myself without going to that place and not only bring an income to myself, but make a legacy for my family. Lord, bless my channel, bless my website. Lord, bless my books, bless my voice so that I can continue working with my voice. Bless all my efforts that I am using to work hard. There's a saying somewhere that says the Lord helps those who help themselves. Lord, I'm trying to help myself as much as I can. So bless me. And I know I'm not the only hardworking person. So bless everybody in the live chat who's working hard, either on channels or with their families or on their jobs, whatever they got going on. Lord, bless them, bless them, bless them. Let everybody in the chat and on the replay reach their goals. Let everybody be blessed and just reach their goals and fulfill their heart's desires. And Lord, I just pray one more thing, and that's that everybody who tunes into this channel, to this particular part of my channel during the Bible readings, I pray that everybody listening now or tomorrow or whenever they hear this, that they're encouraged to read the Bible on their own. A little dab of do you. A little chapter here and a little chapter there makes a bigger understanding for our relationship with you and helps to build our faith. That is my prayer, Lord. Amen. 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 She works hard for money. Boom, boom, boom. So hard for it, honey. Do, 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 do. She works hard for money, so you better treat her right. Y'all wasn't expecting me to go there, were you? It just came to me. Yeah, this YouTubing is hard. YouTubing is hard. Keeping up with people is hard. Making content is hard. Staying up with social media is hard. Doing all the other stuff to stay professional is hard. Keeping up your energy is hard. Staying connected with your loved ones while you're trying to balance your business goals is hard. But it feels good. It's really, really fulfilling. This is the most fulfilling thing I've done my entire life. I like school, but it wasn't as fulfilling as this. I love being a mom, but it's not as fulfilling as this. I do love my kids. I do love my kids, but being a parent is hard work and it's a thankless job. Kind of like YouTube. Well, I guess I love YouTube as much as my kids. Let that be put on the record. Yeah, reaching your business goals is so hard. That's another reason why I made this channel is because when I first started watching business related videos a couple years ago, there's so many people talking about, I'll show you how I made $5,000 in a weekend. And I'm like, really? Or sign up for my course and I will show you how to bring in all this money every month. And I'm like, okay. Most of it is not like that. Sign up for this workshop or buy my course or do this and do that. And I'm like, it's not even like that. I said it before and I'll say it again. Making money online is like making orange juice. You see one cup of orange juice, but how many oranges went into that one glass? A lot. A lot. And you drink it up like that. So you got to go squeeze some more oranges. Yep. Yep. Too much work. Too much work. And those big YouTubers, they make it look easy. Me and my son were talking about this too. These big YouTubers, they make it look easy because they have a crew and they have people helping them and they have freelancers. They have people making their doing their edits and stuff for them and promoting them. What about the little guy? What about the little guy? I'm looking for an orange or a glass of orange juice. They used to have a thing. They used to have a glass of orange juice on here. Because I was going to try to make a little visual point. And then I'm out of here. It's a lot of hard work, but somebody's got to do it. If you want to reach your goals, know that it can be reached, but it is not going to be easy. And I know as cliche as that sounds, it's not going to be easy. You're going to want to give up. People are going to criticize you. You're going to wonder if it's worth it. You're going to not have fun with it sometimes. You're going to be tired sometimes. You're going to want to give it up. And you're going to have people telling you how you should do it. Because I've had other people like critique me like, you should do your channel like this and you should make these kind of videos and da-da-da-da. And it's easy for people to advise you. But when you're in the driver's seat, you're the one that has to live with yourself and your choices that you make. And keep going, keep going. I made a video several months ago how my son was like, you keep trying all this stuff. And I love you, son, if you're watching me. But my son even kind of put me on Front Street like, you doing all this work. You're not even getting paid. You doing this and you doing that and you trying this and you trying that. Why are you doing all this? So I made that video. And yeah, you can't give up. You have to truly, truly believe and have faith that all your hard work is going to pay off, even when you're not getting paid, even when you're not getting support, even when you're not feeling good. You just got to keep going and know that it's going to pay off. And it's a lot of hard work, a lot of hard work. Yeah. Have a great day, you guys. I feel like I'm getting way off on the deep end. And final word, I YouTube love you.
Entrepreneur Drive 40, Entrepreneur Drive. Entrepreneur Drive 40, Entrepreneur Drive. Entrepreneur Drive 40, Entrepreneur Drive. Thanks for watching, share, like, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. See you at the next Bible reading party, 7 a.m. Central Standard Time.